What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and we have watched the disaster that is Santa Inc. unfold in front of our very eyes. From the reaction to the trailer, which got absolutely destroyed with downvotes, to the release of it on HBO Max, and the audience reaction on Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and other sites. We saw Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman decide to blame everyone and said it was just bigotry that led to all of the backlash, when in reality, it's just garbage. It is cringe, it is unfunny, and it is not something that people have any interest in watching, but instead, they try to deflect. But one question that's been on everyone's mind is, where are the critics? Why have basically no critics actually submitted their scores to Rotten Tomatoes? Why have the critics decided to almost ignore this entirely? Is it just so bad that they realize they can't even lie and pretend that this movie is very good and they'll get blasted if they put it out there on Rotten Tomatoes? Or are maybe they trying to protect people like Seth Rogen, people like Sarah Silverman, and are just staying quiet to protect themselves and the Hollywood elite? Well, you can see here some of the details, and look, not enough ratings to calculate a score. That is because only 2 critics have actually submitted their scores to Rotten Tomatoes. You can see right here, Variety, which did not like it at all and crapped on it, and Hollywood Reporter, which gave it a positive review. But where are all the other critics at? That's the question, because there are out there. They are out there. From Decider, they put a review out for it. SK Pop put a review out there for it. MovieWeb put a review out there for it. You know, all these places, you can find a lot of others too, they actually did reviews on their sites, but unlike they usually do, they didn't submit it to Rotten Tomatoes. Very, very strange. And while we are still on Rotten Tomatoes, we got to talk about the audience score for a second. There is still some crazy, weird things going on, shockingly enough, isn't it? Isn't it strange that Rotten Tomatoes, once again, polling stuff? After the user ratings were stuck, I reported on it on my stream on Sunday. I put a video out there on Wednesday about it. You could not change this audience score. For some reason, it was stuck at 518 reviews for about 24 hours, maybe even 36 hours. Then all of a sudden, something happens and the reviews start rolling in again. Isn't that strange? Rotten Tomatoes, once again, trying to protect hot garbage. And there's still weird things going on, because when you do go to score details and you look through the specific audience scores, it's really weird. Because there will be big gaps. You'll see 100, 200 reviews roll in, but there will be nothing. You'll see a 9-hour gap between them being actually put up there. So once again, Rotten Tomatoes doing screwy things when it comes to these reviews. And obviously we've seen that play out with Marvel movies, with things like this over and over again. Star Wars movies, obviously. We've seen scores freeze. We've seen reviews get removed. We've seen all of this stuff happen. Not a surprise that it's happening once again, and they're trying to protect this garbage. But when it does come to these critic scores, the reason so many people are asking this question is because it's not like these places don't know that Santa Inc. exists. They're more than willing to talk and write articles like this. Seth Rogen believes his HBO Max show Santa Inc. is being review bombed by white supremacists. You see the same headlines on MovieWeb. You see the same headlines on NME. Right? Over and over again, these people are reporting about this backlash that's going on, but they don't actually want to submit their own reviews. Why is that? I guess you can try to answer that for yourself. Only they know the real answer, but it can either be they don't want to get thrown out of the little Hollywood circle for criticizing it, or they just want to protect people like Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman, and they think it's better just to ignore it. When you look over at IMDb, once again, it's still sitting at a 1.1 out of 10. Now, I had some people come and tell me, hey, I'm not allowed to do a review. I can't see reviews on IMDb. There's problems with IMDb right now, kind of site-wide. I thought it was a big deal. I was about to do a video on it, but then I realized that for Encanto, for a couple other things, you literally just couldn't even pull up the normal web page, and you couldn't even go to the normal imdb.com. So they're doing an update. Don't know if that has anything to do with Santa Inc. I can't say that at all. But we do know that Santa Inc. has become the worst rated television show in history. It's not tens of thousands of white supremacists like Seth Rogen would have you believe. It's just everyday people. Look how long that took to load up. Not my internet. It's something to do with IMDb's own website. They're doing something right now. But there's no doubt that the critics, that the media, that websites like this are going to do everything in their power to protect woke garbage. A show that craps all over the majority of the audience they should be looking to capture. But instead, they'll deflect, they'll blame it on bigotry, they'll blame it on white supremacy and hatred. Because that's what these people always do, consistently. We see it over and over and over again. What do you guys think about this? Why aren't critics reviewing this? Why aren't they putting their reviews on Rotten Tomatoes for the world to see? That's really the question that's on so many people's minds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.